I'm Ash with Silence is the Enemy, and today I am joined with Ben Savage, the lead guitarist of Whitechapel, to talk to us about their new upcoming album, Ken, which I reviewed earlier this month. So, how are you today, Ben?
Oh, fantastic. Uh,
Great.
Great day outside and new records coming out. So,
Awesome. So, I definitely
good.
want to get right into talking about this album. This one is a continuation of The Valley, which was your guys' last album. It's a semi-fictional take on some real life situations with Phil's teenhood. I know he's mentioned. When you all finished that album, did you ever think that you were going to do a sequel, or was that ever anything that you guys had on your minds?
Yeah, because we knew there's a story has a lot of density in it, a lot of depth in there. So we thought it'd be a shame just kind of abandon it and just do another story. So we knew we could there's a big well of material we could pull from if we just continued along that path. Sorry.
So Silence is the Enemy focuses on how music can have a positive effect on your mental health. And this album definitely touches on some pretty serious topics like mental illness and stuff. Was working on this album kind of cathartic when you guys were working on it during the pandemic where things were so uncertain?
Yeah, because it gave us something to focus on. It gave us, an intent and a goal. And with mental health, I mean, a lot of people they feel like they don't have a goal, so as they get into this sort of a dark state of mind. But so it definitely helped out, like having a common purpose with my friends in the band and working together.
Awesome. So all the tracks on can have like a ton of layers. I think I even saw an interview that you did where you talked about one of the guitar riffs kind of mimicked owl noises that were only native to like East Tennessee. So with that, can you tell us kind of how the songwriting process went? Did the music come first or did the lyrics?
It's always the music with us. We always write the songs, construct them the best we can, and then Phil adds lyrics to it. So we'll all like individually write for a couple of years, and then when it's time to actually, quote unquote, write, we all get together and listen. It takes about a week. We listen back through the material that we've all written individually, and then we pick out the stuff that feels like it has, something there. We have a feeling, an emotional connection to it, and then we feel like we can finish a song from the riff, and it all just starts with one idea and we just kind of branch off it. But yeah, and then Phil writes lyrics like after he's done because he likes to see the full picture of the song, and then just kind of like he just has free reign to do whatever he wants over it.
Cool. So I think you guys mentioned it took around 10 months to complete the album, where there were also some pretty intricate guitar riffs throughout, which were, would you say that there was one song in particular that was harder to produce and create than some of the others?
I think the song Without Us was really hard because that one took like the longest, but like maybe like a year. I mean, because we had the idea for the intro to that song for a long time, and we just didn't know where else we could take it. So it just took a long time of trial and error, and we finally finished it. Finally came up with a bridge that sounded cool. It sounded like it brought everything together, and that was it. But I think History of Silence too. That one took a while.
So I definitely want to talk about the album art work, which was painted by your lovely wife, Jillian. How did that come to be? Hi.
Hi.
So how exactly did that come to be? Was it, a group idea, or did you guys give her a concept to run with, or how'd that work?
Yeah, we had I think the biggest part was just finding a great like reference image because yeah, coming up with a great image that Jill can paint because we knew she could paint it. We just wanted to give her something like definite, so once she commits to it, like it's game over, like it has to be how it looks. So that was the longest process, just trying to find the right image. And so once we found that, kind of did like a little editing in Photoshop, just like a real rough thing, and Jill painted it there. And it took her about a month, 8 hours a day, and felt like a painting would be best for the album because we worked so hard on the music. Felt like a painting, it needs to be cover needs to be labored over too, and
Yeah.
and with like the heady concepts, real like psychological concepts, the psychedelic artwork, like seems like it seemed like it just seemed like a perfect fit.
It definitely is. It's gorgeous artwork, and it seems like so simplistic, but also so, intricate as well.
Yeah, we wanted that very strong, simple feeling that you got from when you saw the Valley album artwork, because it's just it kind of explains the story in just like the simplest, bare terms, and we just tried to do the same on this one.
Nice. So you were listed as the assistant director on the music videos of Blood Soaked Symphony and Orphan from this album. Can you talk a little bit about what that process was like being on the other side of the camera?
Well, I wasn't. Yeah, it was a lot of pre-production, like a lot of Zoom calls with Allie and Dave, and so we did a lot of work just on Zoom calls and coming up with like ideas, because I came up with like the initial like idea of like doing like a ritual and like kind of the structure, how the video should go, and then Dave and Allie would come back with their ideas. They thought it could be in a cave and he could be pushing, in a wheelbarrow. So it was just real, just a good collaboration.
Yeah.
But I'm not really that versed in, like cameras and, it's like, that's their thing. I just kind of more just come up with, ideas for help out with that, because I'm, so involved in the band and the music. Just given that concept to somebody else, it wouldn't feel as true to sound.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So you all have mentioned that you treat your albums like stages in life or where you are in life. Obviously, we all grow and change with time, but what made you guys want to explore a little bit more of a rock influenced album? And were you afraid of leaning too far into it for those fans that are super into the more heavy stuff?
No, because at the end of the day, if it's like music makes you feel something, I feel like we've done our job. It's like this album has a lot of influence from classic rock. It's classic rock for a reason, because it's timeless, and we just wanted to use that with the sound we're known for and come up with something new. And if you sound like yourself, I mean, you kind of already made a statement in that, and you should be proud. So we just tried our best to honor that, and we're all our own harshest critics. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell in the album that there's a lot of what I felt was a Southern rock influences, which was really awesome, because I know you guys had mentioned it was like a re-entry into the Valley and East Tennessee, where you guys are from. So it definitely felt like there was a lot of Southern roots and touches to the song. So it kind of definitely helped with the whole overall feel of the album for sure.
Awesome. It's great to hear. Thank you.
So normally you're seen just absolutely shredding on the guitar. On songs like Orphan and Kin that are a little bit more subdued, was it a lot harder for you to kind of rein it in and not just go crazy like you normally are with the heavier songs?
Uh, yeah, because you got to focus more on phrasing and dynamics and feel. So, yeah, I just tried to like, I started out the solo kind of humming it in my head, just to kind of like sing it, like as if you sing the solo, and then like kind of going that route makes it more musical. I don't want people to like forget the solo. I feel like it's very important for a solo to be memorable and not just fly by with like no thought other than I'm gonna make it as shredding as possible.
Yeah.
That was weighing heavily on the thought process behind that.
So if I know you guys spent a lot of time on this album and it really shows there's so much detail put into each of these songs, but if you had to absolutely choose, what do you think would be your favorite off of the album that you're excited to perform live, especially?
I don't know, either Lost Boy or History is Silent.
Mm-hmm.
I really like those. They're real melodic, but in like different ways. One's more brooding melodic, the other one's more like lightning fast, aggressive melodic. So I really like those two a lot.
So you guys have certainly evolved and perfected your sound over the years. But if someone hadn't heard of Whitechapel and were hiding under a rock, what couple of words would you use to describe what your sound is currently?
Classic rock death metal.
I think that definitely perfectly fits. So you guys definitely seem, from all the interviews, from my research that I've done, like super humble, down to earth. You guys have been doing this for 15 years now. So has it been difficult to stay pretty true to yourself after you've been doing this for so long?
No, if anything, it's gone easier. Stay, true to ourselves. Like, because like early on, kind of you tend to like copy bands more, like copy other bands more, because you're just still trying to find your own footing, find your own sound. You kind of have to. Well, we kind of have to. That's kind of more of a. I don't know. We like over the years, we sort of found our own thing. It just takes time.
Yeah. So here at Silence is the here at Silence is the Enemy, we're a For the Fans, by the Fans publication. So I reached out to some of your hardcore, longtime fans to see if they had any questions for you guys. So I have a few from them, and then that's all I got for you. I don't want to take any more of your time up. But the first question is from Brian, and he wants to know what your number one musical influence would be.
Huh. Number one musical influence. Metallica.
Nice. It's a good one. Edward wants to know what the first song that you learned to play on the guitar was.
Black Sabbath Paranoid.
Adam says, what has been your favorite venue to perform at, and why was it in Knoxville?
Well, Mill and Mine, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Monica wants to know where has been your favorite place to visit while touring?
I like Paris. Paris is a beautiful city. A lot of cool museums. And, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of history.
Dan asks, do you view the metal scene the same way that you did when you started doing music?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't know. They seem more resistant to change, and I mean, it's still, it's like growing up. You learn new things growing up, and since we've been in the business and just seeing like how the business works, like from the inside, that's also changed a lot of how I think about things.
We have one more from Clayton, and he wants to know, what does the ending of Doom Woods mean? Doom Woods mean, and how does it fit into this storyline?
Oh, well, Doom Woods was like called it Doom Woods because whenever like Phil, when he was a kid and he was feeling like utterly lost, like he'd go into the woods behind his house. That's where he would like kind of collect his thoughts. That's what I take from it. Phil has a completely different take, but that's kind of like the basis of it. And how it leads into the second part was how it leads into the next one.
Yes, how it fits into the next storyline.
Well, Doom was kind of the jumping off point for we wanted to for the next album because we wanted to base the new song we wrote. The first song we wrote was what we wanted to hear after Doom Woods. So that became I Will Find You, kind of influence I Will Find You in a way, the first track on the record.
Awesome. So that's all that I have for you. Again, thank you so much for meeting with us and, taking the time out of your day to talk about this album. We're very excited for it to come out. At least I know I am. I reviewed it last month and it was amazing start to finish. I couldn't stop playing it. And again, there's not a single skippable track. And I loved the fact that it definitely, being from Knoxville myself, I was exciting to, get that album in my hands first and then especially be able to interview you guys.
Awesome. You're from Knoxville?
I am, yeah.
Awesome. We're on passing Kingston Pike right
now. So. Yeah. Like even being in Knoxville, being in Knoxville, like you guys definitely influenced or got me into the harder music. Like I'd never really gotten into music anywhere near that level except for like Metallica and things for my parents listening to them, but definitely seeing you guys in the music scene. And I think I even saw you guys a couple of times way back when at the Valerium. So I was like, I loved this album start to finish. It definitely, even though you guys did, transition to a little bit more Southern rock feel, it still feels like a Whitechapel album, and it's very nostalgic from when I got into listening to you guys too. So I definitely appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. So guys, Whitechapel's 8th album, Ken, is going to be out October 29th. So go pre-order it now. It's amazing. It's a masterpiece. You guys have to listen to it start to finish. And thank you so much again. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.